Hi, this is Randy Brown from Mineola, Texas, and I'm in the music room. So now we fish the Sabine River, Fort Alita Bend, took cane poles and watermelons, but we'd mostly eat and swim. Then we'd wade across to Texas like a wild Comanche's itching for a fight. You know, it felt like such a distance back to that Louisiana side. So from the airport to the Sabine was 1,000 miles or so, and I'm back on this river like all those years ago. To think on a hopeless situation sent me running back to this lost shore. See, those miles don't make the distance, no, don't make a difference anymore. It's not lifetimes, it's not light years, it's not the turns made to the wheel, not the miles that make the distance, it's the way they make you feel. See, time and space keeps collapsing, like through the wrong end of a lens, till it feels this journey's over before it can begin. There's some old man in my mirror, he's staring back like this ain't real. Says those miles don't make the distance, no, it's just the way they make you feel. 'Cause it's not lifetimes, and it's not light years, it's not the turns made to the wheel, not the miles that make the distance, just the way they make you feel. Make you feel. This old man in my mirror staring back. Thank you guys.
Mr. Randy Brown, thank you.
Thank
Welcome
you
to
for having me.
Big old Waxahachie, Texas.
Big old Waxahachie.
And you're from big old Mineola,
Mineola,
right?
Texas. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I am from the suburbs of New Hope, Texas, which is a suburb of Greater Mineola.
Okay. Making it sound bigger than it is.
3,000 people on any given day.
Yeah. All right. So tell me, Randy, what got you started in this crazy business of writing songs and playing an instrument?
Well, I bought my first guitar when I was 12 years old for $10.
All right.
Paid it out. My allowance was $1 a week. I paid it out because some friends of mine in Houston, their older brothers were sitting around playing Beatles songs, and all the girls were paying attention.
There you go.
And so I said, I want to do that. I learned very quickly, though, that it was easier to write your own songs than to learn somebody else's. So I wrote my first song when I was 13.
Oh, wow.
And I've been doing it ever since.
Well, check you out.
Do you do a few covers in your own way, or more traditional?
Very few. I spent years in a country cover band, probably 20 years.
Enough to make you not want to do covers?
Being a human
Me too,
jukebox,
yeah.
exactly. And
I've got a song about that. I'll play tonight.
Just style-wise, I can hear you doing some traditional things, too, that have been out in the public domain for a long time.
I've got a new trio that we're just really getting cranked up. We've been playing together off and on for about a year called Pine Curtain. We're doing some traditional stuff like Wayfaring Stranger and stuff like that. Also had a traditional band by the name of Jealousy Motel with Deirdre Childs, who's a cellist.
Yeah.
Deirdre's probably played here.
I have not had her here, but she's somebody I want to get
She's
here.
Incredible. We played together for 7 years and put out 2 albums
Now,
with a group
where
called...
is she out of?
She lives in Austin now.
Okay.
She did live in Athens.
Is she a songwriter as well?
She writes some. She wrote some of the songs that we did together. We had a trio was called Jealousy Motel. Put out 2 CDs and played quite a lot for working folk.
Yeah, but she's a cellist, right?
An incredible cellist.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
And she plays with everybody. She's one of the few cellists I've ever met that you start playing and she knows where you're going. She knows all the changes. It doesn't make any difference how complicated it is.
That's why my dad was on sax. He could sit and play with 20 different people.
She is an amazing artist.
Well, what's next, Helen?
I like trains.
Yes, this song I've lived my whole life within probably a half a mile of a railroad track in different cities, different parts of the South, but there's always a train. And so one day I was in a Beckham Hotel, which is in downtown Mineola, Texas, with a friend of mine. We were writing a song, not to do with trains, and a train came through, and he interrupted us, and he put his hand on his hip and he said, "It's a good thing I like trains." Well, it's a good thing I like trains. I got steel rail running through my brain. Half a mile of track up the middle of my back. It's a good thing I like trains. Well, you learn to hate that train whistle sound when you're living in a train whistle town. That old lonesome whining moan weighs me down just like a stone. It's a good thing I like trains. I think I'll kneel between these 2 steel rails and pray. Maybe I can leave this town today. I'll just sit and wait for that eastbound Moorpack freight. It's a good thing I like trains. It's a good thing I like trains. I like trains. Got steel rail running through my brain. Half a mile of track up the middle of my back. It's a good thing I like trains. So when I hear the warning whistle blow, gonna ring my head real low. Then I'll raise it just in time, look that driver in the eye. So it's a good thing I like trains. It's a good thing I like trains. I got steel rail running through my brain. Half a mile of track up the middle of my back. It's a good thing I like. Good thing I like. Good thing I like trains. I like trains. I like trains. Thank y'all.
That was just fun.
Groovy little tune.
I like it. I like it.
A happy little song about suicide. It's actually part of a musical that I wrote with a friend of mine.
Was it Suicide is Painless was the MASH theme? Remember that?
It was about a carny who committed suicide in Gladewater. Really happened. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kneeled in the train tracks, and we wrote a whole musical about him. So.
Wow.
You and I have a lot of mutual friends, and
yes, we do.
We've talked about a couple of them today in Ken Gaines and Brian Kalanick. What got you involved with those two guys? How do you know them and some of our other mutual friends?
Well, I could embarrass Ken a lot. I have a Ken Gaines story. I met Brian at Kerrville, and through we share a manager. Our management's the same, Charlie Stewart in Austin. I met Ken. I ran a venue. My wife and I ran a venue for years in Mineola, Texas, and we had Ken come through. And one night, Ken came through, and we had 2 ladies show up for the show.
Oh, wow.
It's just, it happens. No matter what you do, it happens.
Yeah.
And we had sound all done. This is a big room. It hold 180 people. 2 ladies showed up, told Ken, I'll just offer them our money back and we'll go sit at my house.
He sang to both of them.
He got off the stage, he set a chair in front of them and played a whole show for him, and they bought a copy of every CD he had. And I know one of those ladies still, and she still talks about that night.
I bet.
He did what you should do if you're...
Ken is a class act.
He sure is.
Yes, Ken, you can be embarrassed. And that's all right.
Well, you know Wayno and some of the other people.
I know Wayno, too.
Walked on the Moon. Tell me about that song.
This is a song I wrote with a Waxahachie local by the name of Jim Bush. Jim and I
another mutual friend.
Try to write together whenever we get a chance. It's not near often enough. But we were sitting at my house one day lamenting the fact that our generation didn't turn out at all like we thought. So we wrote this song together. A 500 million people, they all held their breath, and we watched it together. When he took that first step, but it was not one man put his prints in that dust. No. In the flash of a camera, no more them, only us. And we were together, and we had forever, and we said that we'd never back down or retreat. But here in the future, it seems hope seldom blooms, and it's not like that day when we walked on the moon. How is it we strayed so far from our plans? More than a few miles short of the promised land, where we sold out our dreams. Yeah, we gave up too soon. Not like that day we walked on the moon. When we were together, we had forever, and we said that we'd never back down or retreat. But here in the future, when hope seldom blooms, it's not like that day we walked on the moon. That was one small step, one giant leap. Yeah, we had all the right stuff, with the stars in our reach. Am I being foolish when I say I believe the together, we can dream the same dream. If we stand together, then we've got forever, and we need never back down or retreat. In that bright future, hope can flourish and bloom, just like that day we walked on the moon. Maybe someday we'll all walk on the moon. Thank y'all.
Cool song.
Of course, I get to. I've heard so many great songwriters that have come and played for us here, but it reminded me of Tommy Bird's "Big Star in the Little Sky."
Oh, I love Tommy.
And that's such a kind of a kindred spirit song.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Randy, who would you say that your influences are if you had to think back as far as whether it be writing or both writing and music?
Bob Dylan, just like everybody.
Yeah.
Probably the Beatles for some of the odder stuff I might do, which I probably won't do much of that. James Taylor was a big influence.
He had influenced every singer-songwriter.
Yes, he did. He did. He did.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Mercer, whether you know it or not, he influenced.
And then great singer-songwriters that really they fit in that mold, but you don't think of them because like Van Morrison. I mean,
me too. Yeah.
Incredible, melodic, and just such a great talent. And then a million others. And then today, guys like James McMurtry and authors too, like Larry McMurtry and Marilyn Robinson. I don't know if you've ever read some of her books. Incredible writer.
Of your contemporaries out that you know, who are the ones that you can't wait? I mean, there's as
Paul Simon.
There are people we just can't wait to hear again.
Paul Simon. I always want to hear what he's got. I mean,
me too. And he never fails to do.
He
something
never
different.
fails to do great work.
I still think Graceland was one of the
Graceland's one of the greatest albums of all time.
Me too.
It truly is. And then I'd have to say that I just recently discovered Edie Brickell again in her work with Steve Martin, and it's just incredible writing. And I she had one album out, I think, originally, and I really enjoyed it. But
she was with the New Bohemians.
Yeah, when she was with the New Bohemians.
Yeah.
They were the Dallas Rave.
Yeah, she was out of Dallas. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else.
And she married Paul Simon.
That's true. Mark Cohen.
Oh, Silver Thunderbird. And,
Walking in Memphis.
29 Steps.
Yes. Yes.
Man, you're listening to the same stuff.
Oh, those.
Both redheads, both Randys. What more can you say?
Mark Cohen is underrated. He's underrated.
Not by me.
Not by me, but I mean, a lot of people never heard.
Have you ever seen his Austin City Limits?
I have not.
He did one. He is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then, of course, you got new guys like Jason Isbell that just blows me away. To be so young and to write, I mean, man, his songs are scary. He goes way deep. And then, of course, John Hyatt. I went to 2 funerals in a week. That's where this song came from. So the trouble with me is I think too much. My wheels spin around, they never slow down. There's no brake or clutch. And the trouble with love, it makes us lie to ourselves when we promise forever, even though we know better, it'll end in farewell. So hold on to me, hold me so hard, hold me like nothing could tear us apart. and the trouble with breath. You never know it's the last. The conversation you had with a friend or your dad, till it's in the past. So hold on to me, hold me so hard, yeah. Hold me like nothing in this whole world could tear us apart. And the trouble with life is that it goes on. When the whole world is shattered, the ashes are scattered, and you're all alone. So hold on to me, hold me so hard, hold me like nothing in this whole world could tear us apart. And that's the trouble with me. Y'all.
I like the way you write. Brian I spoke with him last week. He was just telling me how good a songwriter you are. And I think he got that right.
We don't get to hang out near enough. We're weekend after next, we're doing a couple of shows together. He's going to come to my house, and hopefully we're going to write a song together. We have not written one together yet.
Sooner or later, good songwriters tend to do that. So.
This next song is, I spent close to 20 years in a touring country and western band. Now, I worked a full-time job, raised a family, and then played 3 nights a week, too. It was insanity. Mostly VFWs, American Legions, and cut and shoots, as we referred to them. Mm-hmm. But pretty much if it's somewhere between Lufkin and the Oklahoma border and the Sabine River in Dallas, I've probably played there at one time.
Oh, wow.
So used to drive home at night a lot on Sunday mornings after we'd tear down to come home, 2 o'clock in the morning. And there's nothing on the radio, nothing except for faith healers on border radio stations, especially in the 70s.
You know what's interesting is that to me on the border radio, we probably have 12,000 songs on our website that we've recorded here over the last number of years, and only a couple have the same title.
Yeah, I know Brian Burns has
Brian Burns has one called Border Radio. That's why I asked you earlier.
I was going to call, in fact, my last album, I was actually going to call it Border Radio, and it wasn't too long after he'd come out with that, and I went, I've heard that title somewhere, so I didn't.
Well, Ken Gaines got that song called Yesterday, so I guess, it's all good.
Titles are up for grabs.
Yes,
the songs are different.
That's
Yep.
right.
Picture yourself in a car in East Texas. Hot summer night, the windows are rolled down. You're listening to Wolfman Jack. He goes off the air, and on comes a guy named Prophet Jason. After him, his wife, Mother Truth. 2 a.m. Border radio, God. Willie's talking to me. He says, save your soul, son. Just send me money. Hell, I already knew it ain't anything free. So I tune that dial a little bit higher. DJ sent out Bobby McGee, all alone, no headlights. In my rearview mirror, I know that voice. She's agreeing with me. Through the crackling static and fading reception, messages lost in the atmosphere, distant whispers and failing connections. The answer to nobody's prayer, it's the answer to nobody's prayer. XEG, Ciudad Acuna. First it's Wolfman Jack, and then Garner Ted. Tell me what's to come in my world tomorrow with Graceland 80 miles ahead. Through the crackling static and fading reception, messages lost in the atmosphere, distant whispers and fading connections. They're the answer to nobody's prayer. They're the answer to nobody's prayer. What I need is a stronger signal, one clear station on this AM band. I could pull over and check my antenna. I keep on driving, yeah, keep on driving. Through the crackling static, fading reception, messages lost in the atmosphere, distant whispers and fading connections. The answer to nobody's prayer, it's the answer to nobody's prayer. It's 2 a.m. Border radio God is talking to me.
I like it. I understand it 100%.
Anybody that's driven all night really has. The stuff that goes through your head. Okay, back to where I started. This is a song that I wrote for Marilyn Robinson's book, Gilead. And I wrote it while listening to a Ron Popeil memorial special. So he slipped himself into this song.
And what's the name?
But wait.
But wait.
Oh, this is But Wait.
There's
Yes.
more.
Cool.
You know the sunlight never falters. The earth just spins around and then, well, it makes morning then evening from that one light that has no end. I am my own civilization, built on the ruins of those before. And ancient voices all around me cry, wait, there's more. We are all secrets from each other, deeper than a thunderstorm, darker than a lonely midnight call, each with a language all our own. We're all cold and hungry castaways, washed up gasping on the shore. And I can't tell you how I know this, but wait, there's more. Well, I watched my children born, buried loved ones neath this mud. So it's a sound in my cupped hand, is it the sea rolling blood? Don't touch the dial, don't change the channel, 'cause this is not finished yet, no. There's so much more here than meets the eye, more than even hope expects. Let that TV chant its mantra, the pitchmen plead, the shills implore. Never-ending recitation, but wait, yes, just wait. Oh, wait, there's more. There's more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You mentioned earlier that you were a dad, a husband, had a full-time job, and also hit the road and played in a band.
Yeah, it's insanity.
And
he's a songwriter, too.
Well, of course. You know, there's a reason why we do these things when we're young.
And my kids turned out all right. Not thanks to my wife of 42 years, Barbara. Thank you very much.
There you go. Obviously, Barbara was really supportive of what you do.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
As much as she could.
Now, did you rub off on your children? Are they musicians?
My
writers?
son is a musician. He's a very good musician, but thank God he hasn't decided that he's going to make a life out of it. No.
So are you now, this is your full-time...
This is what I do now. Well, yeah, I work a little bit just to, because it's an expensive business. I work 3 months out of the year doing taxes, just enough to pay for the traveling.
Your eccentricities.
That's right, my eccentricities. No new guitars though, just enough to make sure that
Change the subject.
I don't have to sleep in the car. I can always afford a Motel 6. That's my attitude about it. Okay, I'm gonna move from the regularly scheduled program here. We need something a little lighter here, and I think I'm gonna give you something a little lighter. I'm not happy with the state flower of Texas. I mean, don't get me wrong. The bluebonnet is a beautiful, beautiful flower. I just somehow don't believe that it represents the chutzpah of the state of Texas. The Texas attitude. And I've started a political action committee to change the state flower of Texas. And I've written a song to change the state flower of Texas. And this is the song. See what you think. Well, out in East Texas, everywhere you go, it's in the pastures on the sides of the road. It's got fuzzy green leaves, pretty white flowers. It sure looks pretty, but it's got hurting power. It's a bull nettle, bull nettle, bull nettle, pretty white flower. You better not meddle with it. Bull nettle got a powerful sting. There's only one way to stop that pain. I was riding my bike, it was down around Crow. I saw an armadillo, he was crossing the road, and I twisted and turned, swerved like a riddle. The next thing you know, I done landed in the middle of bull nettle, bull nettle, bull nettle. Pretty white flower, you better not meddle with it. Bull nettle got a powerful sting. There's only one way to stop that pain, yeah. Well, I don't know much about WMDs, but lately it has occurred to me there's not much worse that can be found than bull nettle growing in a fire ant mound. Said, a bull nettle, bull nettle, bull nettle, pretty white flower, you better not meddle with it. Bull nettle got a powerful sting. There's only one way to stop that pain, yeah. So don't mess with Texas, you know that's true. Slap a blue bonnet and see what it do, then slap a bull nettle. See what the effect is. Bull nettle should be the state flower of Texas. A bull nettle, bull nettle, bull nettle, pretty white flower. You better not meddle with it. Bull nettle got a powerful sting. There's only one way to stop that pain. I'll tell you how to stop it. Do you know? I'll tell you. You can't A on it, can't B on it, can't C, D, or E on it. Reliefs between O and Q. Now you know just what to do for a bull nettle, bull nettle, bull nettle, pretty white flower. You better not meddle with it. Bull nettle got a powerful sting. There's only one way to stop that pain. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, how's the campaign coming for that, by the way?
Not so good.
Well, don't
if I'd
give up.
spend money on T-shirts, I think it would help. My manager's trying to say, you need T-shirts for that.
Well, you
But
were...
a T-shirt with a blue bonnet on it and a slash through the middle, that could get me shot.
That's true.
Yeah.
There are people who get rather militant about that. And now for something...
Maybe we just need a
Now-
state thistle.
Now, you could try it out at Folk Alliance. See how that goes. See how they respond
You
to
have
that.
to. If you're not from Texas, you wouldn't understand.
Right, right.
It's strictly and West Texas doesn't have bull nettle, so it's a very regional song.
But I think it would be kind of like
But
difficult to get them to change it, though. You know.
And-
yeah, and
the East Coast has them.
do they?
They do. Because I remember growing up, because I got stung by one before.
Oh, they will get you.
And they stick. They just stick you.
Yeah.
My dad was a Church of Christ minister. Till the day he died, he actually passed away. He preached a sermon and died on the front pew. Not a bad thing if that's what you love to do. That's the way you should go. Maybe one day I'll step down from a stage and die, but not tonight. I'm hoping.
No, you're not allowed to do that.
No, I'm not. I don't want to do that.
We don't have to sell the house.
I'm healthy so far. But I spent a lot of time. By the time I was probably 16, I could actually I knew probably half the New Testament by heart, not by choice, but I knew it by heart.
My heart's even better.
And I strayed far from there. I have no particular affiliation at all. But I decided that I wanted to write my own new book of learning. So I decided that as many of the Old Testament books are named for people, I would write my own book. And this is the parable or the gospel according to Lloyd.
Okay.
No religions were harmed in the
We've got
writing
a
of this
friend
song.
named Lloyd who will appreciate it.
That's right.
It's actually been sent to Lloyd Maines by friends because they want him to do it, but he won't. Okay. And the people cried, Lord, 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 we all feel guilty, sad, and poor. You know, I think we've been ignored. We could use some help here. And he appeared leaning up against the wall in wholly faded overalls, a big cheek full of red man chaw, one gal is swinging free. He said, now the name's not Lord, it's Lloyd. 'Cause I don't get annoyed. You see, I really do enjoy. I'm unexpected. And they said, hell, you can't be the Lord. You're just some dumbass country boy, and you must be nuts or unemployed. And he started grinning. And there appeared a pile of lumber. And he laughed so loud it thundered, and they all stood slack-jawed in wonder. And he built a Ferris wheel. He said, you know, life is like this wheel. The ups and downs, they seem so real, no matter how they make you feel. It's just illusion. 'Cause there's no heaven, no hell, no sin. Just this wheel that spins and spins and on it never ends. Forever. And then he turned and he walked away. He said, I'll leave you kids to play. Enjoy every single day. They are my present. And the people cried, Lord, Lord, Lord. Well, our faith has been restored, and we no longer feel ignored. Please visit us every day. So what if God were a country boy, and his name were really Lloyd, and he said that life was to enjoy and not feel guilty? Praise the Lord.
I know a couple would be real happy if you'd write a book of Kathy.
Lindy Hearn indirectly gave me an idea to write that song. We were riding in a car together coming back from Dallas, and we were talking about how funny people talk in East Texas. People say, Lloyd, Lloyd, oh Lloyd. And so that's where it came from.
That's pretty cool. Very creative. I'm impressed.
What is a quantum valentine?
I wrote that song for my daughter. I'll go. Well, it's either a song for my granddaughter or a song for my daughter. So I'll do the one for my granddaughter, which is, I'll play Quantum Valentine for you when we're done. It's a country and western song about quantum mechanics and girls.
Good. They go together. And left-handed sword.
It's not a bad thing. I'm kind of enamored by girls myself, so.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to believe, but I have a 6-year-old granddaughter. I look so young.
You do.
I have a face made for radio. That's what
You do. You definitely have a voice. And you've got a voice made for the parking lot. No, just kidding. No, he told me it was gravelly.
Yes, it is. It is. And I have a lot of gravel in it tonight.
No, you've got a great... Actually, I like the texture of what you do.
Thank you.
The way you present your music. It's really great. I can't pass up a cheap joke.
This song took me 7 years to write, and I finished it only after my granddaughter was 2. She had to be born before I could write the song. I wanted a song that she could get on stage and sing with me. Never, ever get on stage with children. Never get on stage with dogs and children. I believe that W.C. Fields said that, and he's absolutely right.
You hadn't got a chance.
You don't have a chance. But she sings this song with me occasionally, and I wrote this song for her to kind of, it's propaganda is what it is. Granddad propaganda. It's called Snowflake. Snowflakes are falling just like feathers from the sky. I hear them calling, singing as they tumble by. Oh, as they tumble by, they sing, I am a snowflake. I fell from heaven. There is no other just like me. I am in wonder of my existence, my perfect symmetry. Here on this hillside are many snowflakes. We are all different, but the same. When we have melted, we'll float together back to the crystal stream. Snowflakes to water, ocean's tide. Sun's light to clouds, snowy skies. We are all snowflakes, God's purest water. We wait here for the sun to send us racing back to the ocean, where we'll again be one. I am a a snowflake. I am a snowflake. I am a snowflake. And you can spell that sun with a O or a U. It doesn't make any difference to me.
Yeah. There, a gentleman like yourself who's been writing a good while, and obviously...
Well, I'm just 23.
Mm-hmm.
But in 23 years, you've done so much. I like to try to figure out, how you would pass this gift that you have.
Oh.
How would you recommend it to people? If a young man or a young lady came up to you and said, I really want to be a singer-songwriter like you, I really want to do what you do, and that's happened to all of us, what do you say?
I can tell you because it's what I've told several people before. Turn off the radio and write what you feel. Write what's inside you. Don't try to impress anybody. Your life is far more interesting than anything that's on the radio. Accept yourself for what you are, flaws and all, and write about every single thing in your life. Everything. There's no wrong thing to write about. And, not all the songs are going to be great, but you'll get there. You just keep writing it away. And for me, it's cheaper than a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
It's good therapy for sure.
It is good therapy. I don't personally think that there's enough country songs about quantum mechanics myself, personally.
I would have to agree with that.
And actually, I have two. Well, actually, one of them is a polka. But country music, polkas, they're kind of close. So anyway, I think I've probably got the corner on the market for those songs. So far, it's earned me maybe 3 cents on Spotify.
Though, you ought to be big in Ennis.
Yeah, big in famous in Ennis, not France. This song was inspired by a photograph of my daughter when she's 3. She's in her mid to late 30s now.
And you're 23. How did that work?
And I'm 23.
How did that work?
Dog years.
Okay. All right. Dog years. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm really 63, so. There was a picture of her we found several years later, and she was sitting on the floor in the house we lived in at the time, and she was putting on one of my shoes, which was like, she was about 2, and the shoe was like monstrous to us. She had this devilish look on her face. It's only a 2-year-old can have. So I wrote this song. Well, she's doing it again, committing my favorite sin, like she was her own evil twin, a Dr. Jekyll, Miss Hyde, 'cause she's breaking all of nature's laws, a little side effect that has no cause. She's making something out of nothing. She's my quantum Valentine. Well, it's the argument of which came first, the sow's ear or her blue silk purse. And if the answer is a blessing or a curse, the time only can tell. Oh, hell, she's got me feeling kind of out of place, like a quarter in a penny arcade, and like sunglasses in the shade, hot cider on the 4th of July. When she's doing it again, committing my favorite sin, like she was her own evil twin, Dr. Jekyll, Miss Hyde. Well, she's breaking all of nature's laws, a little side effect that has no cause. She's making something out of nothing. She's my quantum Valentine. So she's a common law celebrity. She's the queen of impropriety, an affront to my sobriety. She's a storm around the calm, and when she looks that look at me, it's like I'm blind but still could see, and it melts away reality, and I'm right there in her palm. 'Cause she's doing it again, committing my favorite sin, like she was her own evil twin, Dr. Jekyll, Miss Hyde. Well, she's breaking all of nature's laws, a little side effect that has no cause. She's making something out of nothing. She's my quantum Valentine. Oh, she's making something out of nothing, and she's doing it all the time. Thank you, guys. Thanks for listening.
You folks out there are going to need to know how to reach this young man.
Yeah. By his
And
music.
23.
Let's tell them how they can reach you on the internet.
On the internet. Because Randy Brown is such a common name, and I may have a slight bit of dyslexia, my website is brownrandy.com. Easy to remember.
Lexdexia.
Lysdexic. Exactly. You are this. Very good. For those of us that are.
That's right.
brownrandy.com, and it's got everywhere I'll be playing. I'm also on Facebook, Brown Randy.
And you guys go see him. You'll have fun with this gentleman.
Yeah,
He's a great guy.
You definitely. The thing that I really, really have enjoyed about you is that you are having fun.
Yeah.
You can tell that you
Why
really
would you
enjoy
do
what
it if
you
it wasn't
do.
fun?
Well, you know,
It would be
it's-
hard, wouldn't it?
It
would
would
be
be,
different.
but you know, there's people who take themselves way too seriously sometimes. You're having fun with this, and you're just being you, and it's great to see.
I spent 60 years wanting to be able to do this anytime I wanted, wherever I wanted, and it's like a dream come true. Even if you have to drive 300 miles between shows, it's worth every penny of it.
And like you said, we never know when we drive those 300 miles if there's going to be two people there or a
And
full room.
you know what?
never
It
know.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It
You
doesn't.
get to present your music to somebody
That's right.
new.
There's somebody, and you get new friends. That's
And
the
there's-
best part.
Hopefully there'll be thousands of people find you because
Yep.
of this.
I have a new trio called Pine Curtain, and they're also featured at the website. And we'll be doing a lot of shows together in the next few months.
But it's all on the website, brownrandy.com.
Everything's on the website. Things you didn't want to know are on the website.
Well, I'm going to look. I know Barbara and I are going to go look
for sure.
Well, maybe not things you wouldn't want to know, but okay. A good friend of mine, who is of the Houston songwriter contingent, Connie Mims, moved to Tyler.
Friend of theirs, good friend of theirs.
And Connie has started an NSAI group there, and of which I attend as often as I can when I'm not playing. And Connie's always giving her people song prompts. And I love song prompts because I write songs I wouldn't have written otherwise. So her song prompt one month was good. And I don't like to do things a little bit. I wanted to write a song where I use good in every line. I didn't quite succeed, but I started off, it was a funny song, and it turned out to be quite a poignant song. And it's also a great song to part with. It's called Good Night, Good Luck. Well, it was a good run. There was some good times, a few good years, for what it's worth. Now she's had a good cry, but her eyes have dried. Good night, good luck, goodbye. And he is a good man, and that was a good thing. But sometimes good isn't good enough. Had no good reply, just a nod and sigh to good night, good luck, goodbye. Raised a glass to good memories, and then she locked the door behind him, turned out the light. She knows the hard truth is better than a good lie. Good night, good luck, goodbye. They raised a glass to good memories, then she locked the door behind him, turned out the light. She knows the hard truth is better than a good lie. Good night, good luck. Good night, good luck. Good night, good luck. Goodbye. Good night.
Thank you again so much, Randy, and we look forward to you coming back, seeing
Woohoo!
us.
It was so
Yay.
much fun. I haven't had this much fun and been conscious.
Oh, well, hell. Wait till you come back for a concert.
Yeah, when you put 50 or 60 people in here, this room is a good.
Oh, yes.
Really.
Oh,
You
yes.
have bunk chairs? What? How does that work?
No, we've had 70 in here before.
Woo!
Yeah, you
I
got
would,
real
I would
friendly
absolutely
then.
love to. This is a great room. 4 people. Who would have thought a 4 people audience?
You know, you weren't bad yourself.
That's right.
There's nothing better than folks who listen. That's all we want.
That's
It's
what
just simple,
this-
isn't
that's
it?
right,
It's
that's
just
right.
that simple.
And that's what this is. Is a listening room.
Listen to us piss and moan, and we're happy. We don't care.
I also want to thank Gene and Barbara Moore, who bring us all the great pictures that are all over the In the Music Room website. Wanted to thank
Great
Reno.
pictures, too.
They're great pictures. Want to thank Reno back there for doing his engineering and keeping
Ray.
us on track. Yay! Also want to thank Randy, because without him, we wouldn't be doing this now, would we?
The other Randy.
The other Randy,
Yeah.
Mr. Treadway, the troublemaker, that one, yeah. I also want to thank you, the listening audience out there. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Keep tuning in. You're in the music room.